Yes, dear students, this is lecture one, speak part two, speaking. You're going to speak or talk about childhood, your childhood. So you need some vocabulary that help you to talk about this topic. Child, children. What are the adjectives we use? Collocations used with the word child. We'll say well-behaved child, obedient, gifted, talented, patient. This is for good. Difficult child, naughty child, wayward child, wayward, anid, stubborn child, برضو anid, mischievous, مشاكس, hyperactive, يعني كده نشاطه زايد. These are some words we use word child. Childhood, we use happy childhood, we may lead a happy childhood, cheerful, carefree, blissful childhood, blissful childhood. Blissful childhood means we are happy. Lonely, deprived, mahroom, gloomy, كئيب, sorrowful معناها حزين أو بائس. طفولة كده. childish, طفولة يقول لك. behavior, attitude. childish behavior, childish attitude. An only child. I'm an only child. Have no brothers or sisters. Are you an only child in your family? What else? More expressions. I grew up in Manchester. I grew up in Tararata, Trabait. I was brought up in the same meaning. I was raised in. I was born and bred in. My motherland is hometown. My motherland is. I grew up in my birthplace when I was born. In a nuclear family. Nuclear family means your dad, your parents, your brothers and sisters, siblings. You have extended family, that means your cousins, your nephews, your nieces and so on. Nuclear family. اللي هو الأسرة بتاعتك أمك وأبوك وأخوانك. Abroad, outside the country. In a bustling city. Bustling city. In a stunning countryside, stunning Mushil. In a well-educated family. In a lush green valley. Lush معناه فاضي. So these are some phrases here you can use. I remember my childhood. To remember what you remember. I remember when I was a child. I used to بعمل كده. I recall. استدعيت كده. I have a clear or vivid memory of. clear معناه واضح. I have fond memories of my childhood, especially I vividly remember, clearly remember. All these expressions might help you to speak about your childhood activities, for example. Usually played made-up games, pretend games, hide and seek, and so on. Back then, if my memory serves me right, I used to play in the streets back then. As far as I can remember, we played football most days. We often played chess. I played house with my friends. We used to while away the hours playing games. To while away the hours, that means to pass the time idly, in a slow and relaxed way. Past habits I used to go to the park with my friends. We would often sit there for hours chatting away. It wasn't uncommon for us to play football in the park and then hang out until tea time. I often played outdoor activities with my friends. We got up to all sorts of things, like chasing mice, playing in the mud, and things like that. To get up to, that means to be involved in, often surprising things. Examples of childhood games and toys that you play. I don't know whether you are familiar with or not. Catcher, tic-tac, blindfold game, seesaw, toy cars, mini kitchen set, stacking toys, geometrical shapes, Lego, action figures, jigsaws, that means puzzles, mini microscope, toys, crayons, Play-Doh, board games like Lido, like chess, Lido, building blocks. These are some games you may play in your childhood. When I was bored, I played a board game. Board with the same pronunciation. I wouldn't let go of my favorite. I was obsessed with my train set. I loved my chess set. I was tethered to my tether. Tether mana marbut big tether to my iPad, connected. I would go everywhere with my bike. My bike was everything to me. My sister loved her Barbie doll. My mother loved his action figure. I was addicted to my PlayStation, video games, and my Rubik's too. I was a big fan of playing cards. What I loved more than anything else was to play with my crayons and draw pictures. I could spend hours doing jigsaws. My favorite toy was a remote controlled racing car. Okay, now this is all, dear students. Kids are much safer nowadays due to what? Increased crime rate, more kidnapping, and increase in cyberbullying, excessive traffic leading to more kids getting knocked over, high pressure which leads to mental health problems. Children are less willing or reluctant, متردد have dinner with their families. Children are not enthusiastic, متحمس about having dinner with their families. There is less communication within families because everyone is tethered to their mobile phone, leading to fewer family meals. Be tethered to mana marbut bi. Parents have less time for their children, and so children have less time for their parents. Kids have fewer meals with their parents because there are fewer set routines nowadays. So it is hard to have a fixed time for dinner when the whole family can sit down together. More women are in the workplace, so it is not unknown or uncommon for most parents of a nuclear family to be working, leaving many children alone, feeling more lonely than before. Kids spend so much time on their computers and may not be aware how little time they are spending with their friends. Children are more aware of nutrition but are not necessarily eating more healthily. Children can get lots of information about health, but they are still attracted by fast food because it is marketed so well to children. So all these are some phrases and expressions that might help you to speak about childhood. So go again, especially through the bolded phrases, write them down, practicing them, put them in context, in dialogues, in situations, and in the end, see how can all these expressions that we and words that we came across might help you to give a very good and comprehensive talk about childhood. Thank you very much, dear students. This is the end of our first lecture. Thank you very much.